suspended, I think, isn't like.
Are we live? Of course we're live. Another day, another live stream. People deluded. I'm back again. Thank you very much for joining me each and every time. Good morning to those of you like myself in the United Kingdom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Now, it's morning time. You lot see me in my natural habitat. You know, I normally just put my hood up, put my Crocs on, and get to working for the day, innit? I feel so comfortable in a hoodie. I know if I walk down the street, you know, people might find that different, but I feel the most comfortable in the tracksuit and things. And one thing I like about YouTube, you know, my hair's not cut anyway, so I might have to add it looking like worn down Velcro and shit. You know, I got curly hair, so I'm fortunate. But yeah, that's not the reason. I just feel comfortable with a hoodie in it. And I think I see a comment, it's gone now about that. So I thought, let me nip that one in the bud. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Everybody's in good spirits. Everyone's, you know, moving progressively towards their goals, hopes, dreams, aspirations, and ambitions. You can't do a damn thing without health. The blunt truth is, without health, you're dead. You know, without good health, you can't do anything. So as usual, I'd love to, you know, hopefully you and your loved ones continued health in all aspects of the word. And, you know, let's push and have a good week. It's Tuesday. If you had a poor Monday, let's get back. Let's go again. In terms of other content, by now you already know the schedule. It's here at 10 a.m. We're going over to YouTube for 11:30, 6:45, 15 minutes before kickoff. I'm doing a watch along for the Ghana-Morocco game. It seems like it could be lit, man. It's going to be vibes, two very contrasting styles. And, you know, as someone that lives in Edmonton, you know, obviously, you know, I've got Moroccan and Ghanaian friends, so it's like there's banter in the WhatsApp group, and it's just two contrasting styles. Like when I think of Morocco and that sort of region in Africa, you think of the skillers and the technical players. Obviously, Ghanaians love ball. You know, my Ghanaian friends have been very vocal with their opinions on how they feel AFCON is going right now for them and whatnot. So it'll be good, man. And you know me, I feel everyone's got to do their bit to shine light on AFCON, man. You know, there's a lot that needs to improve. There's been a lot of controversy, but obviously it's gonna lag behind the European counterparts or the more developed world. I hate to say that because, you know, Africa should be the most developed continent in the world. You look at, it was, you know, I was so proud for Sierra Leone, but it was killing me, you know, when I see Sierra Leone, like, you lot should have a lot more resources. But we all know how the corporate world works, and the countries with the largest and most natural resources sadly have the poorest quality of life due to colonialism and all of those things. And I think it's reflected in football, especially in AFCON. Now, again, you know, you know, you've got the richer worlds, and then they appoint people in these sort of regions, and then it becomes crabs in a barrel mentality. People, obviously, you know, it does probably, unfortunately, need European investment. But yeah, man, it's in short, it's great to celebrate Africa in it and the many different regions and whatnot involved. And it's been good for me, man. You know, obviously the banter has been good. Referees locking off games, you know. The Ghanaian man were trying to do Royal Rumble, start trying to fight, man. What else have we seen, man, in AFCON? I'm so sure someone was down injured and the cart come on and the cart licked him. You know, it's crazy, man. They're defending, you know, big up the Ivorian goalie, but you know his face when he's made the mistake. You can't, you know, one thing I like about AFCON, it goes against all footballing principles. There's everything you know about football. AFCON don't in a great way, it don't make sense in it, and it's lovely to see in it, really and truly. So yeah, man, big up AFCON. I hope everyone's doing well and safe as usual, man. FM today, oh, you know what, I did sell you lot dreams about FM. You know, it might be tight though, Prince, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did sell you lot dreams yesterday, but when would we fit it in, man? What, 11:30? I can't lie, I need to do some 23s videos for you lot because they're playing today. 4-ish, it might be a bit cut, it might be a bit fine, you know. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. It might be a mazza. It might be a mazza. That's why I didn't put it in the schedule. Check your schedules. I might be lying. We'll definitely be back tomorrow. I would say Thursday, but I'm trying to get an Arsenal live stream, and I might have sold you dreams in it. Don't watch that. We'll get on that case, man. Big up you and everyone that was on the live stream for Football Manager yesterday and all the other content. Twitch gang, without you lot, it's dead, innit? So I appreciate that. Obviously, I big up only Naf, man. You know, obviously, I don't know who them youths are, you know, but I feel I addressed this yesterday, and I don't like to do this. It's not gossip in it. I just feel when things happen, man, always not man are necessarily looking at me, but everybody wants everybody to speak. And for me, I don't like the gossip thing. For me personally, I don't do the gossip thing. I don't like again, this is we all know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to specifically speak about this. In general, I don't like the gossip thing. When something controversial happens, I'm not a fan of seeing grown men giggling about things. Excluded to this is a very serious incident. I don't like to do any of that. And it makes me look at my fellow content creators funny, car. For Mazda happens to me, you lot are going to gossip. I'm not talking about what DT was doing and all of that fuckery. Yeah, that's an extreme example in it. He's by himself. He's a wrong and not the right sort of wrong. And big up my team in wrongans. Make sure you lot follow them on Twitter. This guy, bro, myth. Anyone that does mazes against women, if you're from a cut of a certain cloth, we all know it don't need to be specified on this. Don't do bad things anyways, but you don't do mazes like this anyways. It's got no place in this. It's disgusting. I feel everybody's pushing people to speak. Everybody's trying to do a witch hunt. For me, again, I'm not here to big up AFTV. Robbie's a big man. He can defend himself. The first thing I will say in all of this is I don't like the domestic violence jokes because I know it's in jest and things, but I've seen on Twitter, it looks like there's a lot of, fair enough, he done that, but I just feel there's domestic violence victims that are still going out there, and obviously there's someone he's affected people. So my first thing goes to anyone that suffered with domestic violence and any of that fuckery, especially during the Euros and COVID, you've seen that stuff go up. And second of all, my thoughts go out to the victim's family and loved ones and things, car. It's become about DT because he's in the space and AFTV now and all of these things. But there's someone that's been robbed of their confidence. I don't know how that's going to affect her relationship with other men, whether that's her family members or, other men that she's romantically involved in. Innit? It's upsetting to hear that. So that was my first thing. Second of all, I've had a conversation with DT, not about this. Literally only throughout my life had one conversation with this guy, and this is why I don't really like to friend up with the industry, because I'll be honest, I thought he's a fucking prick the first time I met him. I feel he's got this aura. I don't know him personally. I feel he's got this aura about him where he offers the world out and then you're not really on it. Lo and behold, I think Morrison's got a bar in one of his raps, something like, certain man don't do nothing when they butt their pagans, but they beat up their girlfriends. And he gives me them vibes, innit? These sort of man, they will talk mad on the internet. They've got one persona on the internet. This is why I was shocked, because he's got one persona on the internet. In my experience, I don't know him from Larry. I've never been to his yard. I don't know him. But for me, from what the preconceived opinion to seeing him, it looked like different energies. You act like a prick online. You're a bit soft off the line, and somewhat was a cool guy, to the point where I told you lot before, many years ago, FTV and event, thought he was a pagan, and then obviously, if he being with me, I thought, what, he might be a sound dude, he might be calm and whatnot, and things like that. That was in 2020. Other than that, lo and behold, we've all seen, and they've been in the background. 100%, some people knew about this thing as well. In general, there have been these things in the background. So yeah, I've only had that conversation with Donny. Yeah, the aura. The world. Offering the world out and carrying on. I don't want to say you could see it, but there's a theme in it. These sort of dons, they're very quick to put their hands on women or defenseless people. But if it came to someone like you lot listening that could throw it back and dish it and take it, the man there just talk. The man there will try everything to avoid violence. Again, it's disgusting. The book needs to be thrown at Donny. I'm not here. Listen, I'm not no AFTV Defense League, because there's no smoke without fire. There's no smoke without fire. I find it very rich to believe someone never knew something like this or something along these lines, just based on the chronological order of things with the man's court date and things. There's no way people didn't indirectly know. Now, I guess, there's innocent until proven guilty, which he's not. He did that shit. It's been thrown at him. It's very graphic and disturbing how my man was carrying on, moving mad. Stop making Yali afraid and that. You're moving mad and behaving brazy. But one thing I don't like is the AFTV witch hunt. It's almost like, I'm not going to say more heat, but it's almost like there's more venom and energy for Robbie than it is for DT. Right is right, wrong is wrong. AFTV have a lot wrong. There's a lot of question marks I have with AFTV and how they move in general and how they do things. But one thing I don't think is that you can criticize Robbie for what DT's done. Has Robbie have potentially known about what he may have made it potentially? Is there a bit of white lies? Did the statement from AFTV look a bit ill-judged and whatnot? And how the internet is? Probably. These are things for you lot to draw your conclusions. But it just feels like there's vested interest. Right is right, wrong is wrong. By all means, if you think Robbie should be held accountable for whatever you feel he is, fair play. But it just feels like certain people didn't like AFTV anyway. So this is a way to try and dun them out here. And I don't agree with that, in my opinion. It feels like there's different energy. By all means, if you think Robbie knew about DT, again, we've got to be careful. But if you think he knew about these things, then fair play. But that's the second thing. So first thing, you know, thoughts go out with any domestic violence victims and the person obviously involved in this, you know. Second of all, at the point about Robbie. Third of all, I feel sorry for, you know, the man's got a son in it. Like, he's fucked it. You know, he had a good YouTube channel. He had a good platform. He has family, you know. He's got business interests. You fucked it all. You know, your football team should go down the drain. You know, obviously, for what the Mazes he did, he didn't get long enough. You know, I hope you get teared a new one in the wing, because you're a madman. Now you're probably gonna be on the what do you call it, the vulnerable prisoners wing. You're probably gonna be riding bang up them, and they're not coming out of their cells at all. But you can't hide forever, in it. You go education, you might get ripped in it. You know, there's no smoke without fire. It's disgusting. The man's disgusting. Like that. What more can you say? It's disgusting. Should never come back from this. You know, everything dashed, everything run away. You know, and it's crazy, man. The only thing I've got to say is respect the victim's privacy and thoughts go out with her. Really, you know, it's disgusting. And, you know, I just felt I've addressed this and I've said it now, and it's not for me to address. I got nothing to do with my man. I got nothing to do with AFTV. I do find it funny how certain individuals that, you know, come like Batty and Bench with this guy, when it's nonsense controversy, like, I don't know, someone's been caught slipping or someone said a mad football opinion, they got all the opinions in the world, but there's silence. Like I said at the start, I don't advocate just talking, making man talk, try bully man to talk for no reason. I think that does happen with influencers, but the silence is deafening. But at the same time, what can people say? Do I feel people probably knew about this? Do I feel there's no smoke without fire? Of course, there's you know, there's dodginess going on, but fundamentally, the only perpetrator is Mr. DT, you know, because he's done the fuckery, you know. He's done the fucking, he deserves the book thrown at him. And what, he got like 3 years? That's not long enough, man. I hope he gets smashed up in there, you know. Again, you never know what people are doing behind backgrounds. And in fact, the last point I will say, yeah, one thing I hate, you know, big up anyone that's suffering with mental health problems. I personally feel, to a degree, everyone in society is suffering with something, and especially with these new youths and social media. One thing I don't like, yeah, and Jamie O'Hara did it. I'm not saying he's not going through no mental health problems and things like that, but one thing I don't like on Twitter is someone will chat shit, reprimanded for chatting shit, and then they use the mental health thing. When I feel, you know, there's people going through some real stuff. You know, there's people that have been through the break. Like I've told you lot before. Like, I thank God I was never quite there to want to end my life and do my thing, but I was there. I've told you lot before. Like, I weren't on killing myself, but if I died today, it is what it is, innit? I was living a life, like my life, just on anything, innit? Anything could happen. I felt I was worthless and all of these things. So when I see people do things like that, I get vexed, because there's people going through some real stuff, and 9 times out of 10, it takes big courage to talk about mental health. But men are suffering in silence. Men and women are suffering in silence, really, and it kills me, especially for me. If we break down men, young black men, you know, or black men in general, out of all men, we're less likely to talk. So in general, when I see this mental health thing thrown around, and again, I don't know, I can't tell a man you ain't going through nothing, but I find it very rich, you know, and I find it very disgusting how a man hid behind the mental health thing, allegedly, you know, hid behind that. You know, you'll see in the tweets resurface, kind of make out a man's taking a break for mental health problems. Lo and behold, you was on this fuckery, really and truly, you know. This ain't his first rodeo. You think the man there that beat up women and these things, this ain't their first time. This is not their first time. And you see why them man there scare me? Because they're emotional manipulators. Anyone that's seen domestic violence up close, you know, everyone just says, just leave. And yeah, in principle, it makes sense. But it's not that simple. They fuck them up mentally, you know. This woman has a kid with my man. He's saying the kid's in the whip. He's got a shank. You know, you've all read this. He's moving mad, innit? I don't even want to listen. Go and read it for yourself. He's moving brazy, innit? You know, big up the member of the public that stopped my man, because he's moving mad, all while he's in the public eye. The galley don't want you, leave her alone. And you know, you've got a son where you fucked it for him now, you know, because at the end of the day, he can't change his father. He can disown him and that, but that's you, innit? Like, disgusting, man. That's all I've got to say on that, man. I'm not saying a damn word, man. Just you know, DT, suck him on through a straw for the fuck you're doing. My thoughts go out with any victims. It's from mental health to domestic violence to the person involved. And yeah, man, you know, I think man have to allow the witch hunt on Robbie again. You know, did Robbie know? Did AFTV know? I'm not gonna sit here and cap. Their rumors have been there. Like, we can't cap. The rumors have been there. Now again, rumors and actual proof. You know, you can't come out and really say a man's a this, a that, a woman beater without any proof. The rumors have been there. You know, the rumors have been there. You know, and for me, you know, considering a man went on the show when Man City was doing their thing, you know, when Arsenal versus Man City, man must have known there's something. You know, if you just knew it was a court case and you didn't know the severity, fair play, but you must have known something. And if you did, you've aired it. And what's done in the dark comes to light. And I think there's, you know, for AFTV, they got to be wary of that. Like I said, I don't advocate the witch hunt because it feels like in some sections there's more energy for Robbie than the man who's done this. He's not Robbie's dad. I mean, Robbie's not his dad. He can't control him and things like that. You know, whoever you employ is a reflection of you. But, you know, he's fucked it. You know, the wickedest thing is he will bounce back. Unfortunately, DT will bounce back. I don't think this is the end of his YouTube career or anything, and it should be. You know, the reality is there's a lot of people that probably condone this and whatnot. What I don't like is the circus that comes with this stuff, but that's all I've got to say, man. The mans are wrong, and anyone that lifts up their hands, you know, to do things like that, and not even, for me, it's the psychological thing. You're moving mad. You don't do them things. And for me, the main point is away from the victim. Stop hiding, but people are going through some real problems mentally. So stop doing this bullshit, man. You know, you're a grown man and be accountable for your actions. And you know, this ain't the first rodeo. Them man there, this ain't their first rodeo. They man they have been doing this. I'm telling you, I don't know him personally, but these sort of things, you know, there's always a theme with these men that just smash up women and domestic violence. There's always a theme, really. That's all I've got to say, man. People allow me with all of this now. Now that I've specifically said it, who am I in the grand scheme of things? I'm not with AFTV. I got nothing to do with him. I don't know DT. I don't know anything. You know, I'll say shout out Pippa. You know, shout out Pippa because, you know, I don't know how much she rocks with DT, but she come out and said it. A lot of people staying quiet. People that are, you know, come like Batty and Bench with DT, you know, really and truly, man, that are part of it, man, are staying quiet and that. So, boy, I know one has to be forced to talk, but I'd say shout out them. And it is what it is, man. I wouldn't call this gossip, but I don't like to talk about things that are irrelevant from football. So, yeah, but this is very important. So that's all I've got to say, man. Thoughts are with the victim. Hopefully she gets, you know, peace of mind one day and all these things, and you can leave her the fuck alone. That's all I've got to say. So, yeah, man, let's get into football and things that, you know, do our thing now, man. For DT, shit. Ride your bang up, brother. Ride your bang up, man. I hope you get done in. I can't lie, man. Cause these sort of things, bro. I want to, you know, the man there. That's what annoys me the most. In fact, that's what annoys me. Them man there. If you try and fight them, despite all them tattoos and all that bullshit, if you and him had a problem, I guarantee you, man, I don't want to talk. You only want to fight dons that can't fight back. Them man there is dead. You know, people that can't fight back. Anytime it's time to really chuck it to someone, no, that's why them man they lift up their hands for women and, you know, want to try and do things and move mad and all these things, man. But and again, the main point is that it's thoughts are with the victim, man. That's all that matters in this thing. Fuck this guy, blood. Anyways, away from this, I ain't got nothing to say on Donny, man. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, that was mad to see from DT, the different manner in which content creators spoke about it was mad too. The pure joy from again. So let's get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. One thing I don't like is some people like reveling. It's not kicking a man when he's down because DT deserves to be kicked up, guys. It's not kicking a man when he's down, but it's like some people revel in the bullshit, like in my opinion. And I it make, you know, this is what I mean by the gossip thing. I take note of it. Like I'm no one in this industry. I don't know no one from nowhere, but I take notes. I take notes of what's going on, like because. You know, I see the people who like to tear people down and gossip, and I'm not talking about this brother. He needs to be turned down. I keep note because you lot are bookie, man. You know, for me, I'll be real, man. A lot of these YouTubers come like hoes, man. They gossip a lot. Anyone that's from ends knows that, you know, Donny's man them talk as much as gal, and I think these YouTubers are gossip boots. So a lot of these people, in my opinion, I don't think they care for the victims. They just want to be seen saying the right things and get engagement, and they see it's a popular talking point. You know, there's a lot of vested interest, but I don't want to talk on this no more. I just felt, you know what, I think Nat man put a comment in. I thought, you know what, let me just nick this one in the bud, really. But that's it, man. You know, let's fuck all of that, man. Fuck all of that, man. Fuck that. I feel sorry for Donny's son, man. I feel sorry for his son because, boy, everyone probably knows your DT son. What can you do, man? Bare people hate on AFTV and Robbie. They're crabs looking for any opportunity to drag him. Yeah, bro, man, want to drag him. Now, obviously, Robbie has a duty of care. You know, you got a screen test and whatnot. But, man, just want to tear Robbie down. But, listen, I'm not here to defend Robbie. Robbie can chat for his own thing, man. I don't see no one back in DG's thing. So, fuck all of them, man. Fuck all of this. Like... Simple as that, man. Nah, that's it. Listen, that video was taken out of context, in my opinion. They did Robbie a bit dirty there, you know. But other than that, listen, is what it is. Fuck all of that, man. Let's get some football things going in, man. Fuck all of that, people now, man. It's not. I care about the victims. But I don't give a fuck about this gossip thing, man. Love to see the New York Times article on my fellow South African. Man was not even mentioned at the FIFA Awards. African tax, I guess. Trust. There's a victim in this, and here we are highlighting violence against women again. Trust me. That's the saddest thing. That's why for me, when I'm seeing them domestic violence jokes fly online, I'm like, allow it, man. Like, it's not needed, man. Like, this is just... The only thing that really matters is that woman and her people them get the support they require, man. But fuck all of that. Let's talk about football now, man. Let's get into football now. It's a bit of a slow news day. Again, Burnley have successfully applied for their game to be postponed. I bet some of you, including myself, I just found out this morning. I bet some of you didn't know. Well, I lied. I found out yesterday. But, you know, I bet some of you didn't know. Yeah, because it's not Arsenal. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Gary Neville... You know, Gary Neville, the self-imploding prick. You know, Jamie Carragher, the man who spits at kids. Jamie O'Hara, you know, how you managed to be more of a twat than Piers Morgan, I don't know. But where are you lot? It doesn't fit the narrative, does it? It doesn't fit the narrative, does it? Really and truly. You know, they've got 10 players fit allegedly. What? They've got academy players. They've got 17-year-olds who have signed their first pro deal. You know. Why did they, you know, I'm sure somebody's gone out on loan at Burnley or something, you know, a young G. Why did they do that? It doesn't fit the narrative. Respectfully, Burnley fans, it's not as cool, is it? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Disclaimer, I said I think Arsenal should have played. You know, I'm not going to go over whether we should or whether we shouldn't, whether we, you know, use the rules, dark arts, whatever. But I just find it very different, very, very different, you know. Nobody's spinning the narrative. Is it an indirect hate for Arsenal? Is it because Arsenal's going to get engagement? I don't know, but I find it very funny, you know. For Burnley, though, bloody hell, when is your season going to finish? You got beer games. You know, Burnley have hella games. So, yeah, the Burnley game's off. It's a, you know, it's very funny. But the narrative doesn't suit because it's not Arsenal, is it? Shout out to Burnley, though. And again, there needs to, for me, there's going to need to be a precedent. There's going to need to be a precedent, really and truly. At some point, I would say maybe when AFCON's done, draw a line in the sand and say, listen, boom, if... This is it now, isn't it? Like, unless it's mad COVID outbreak where, you know, you literally can't put out the team, injuries, AFCON is irrelevant because my club, all clubs have been exploiting it really and truly. Let's be real. But I don't know when it's gonna happen. Well, see, let's say, man, keep it football. Is the Liverpool game getting postponed as well? It looks like allegedly it is, you know. It looks like allegedly it's getting postponed. We'll speak about that at 11:30 as well. I hope I can't lie. I don't think I've sent the link to you lot. But yeah, make sure you're setting your reminders. We head over to YouTube. Vlahovic going Juventus. To be honest, I'm tired of this Vlahovic youth, man. Like, he's got a great ability, you know. We all saw him yesterday. I'll speak about it again at 11:30. I think fans are gassing. I don't think he's waving. You know, you're hearing rumors about commissions and stuff. But if you want to sign for this thing, sign for this thing. If you don't, fuck off, man. Like, I'm tired of it now. I'm gonna be tired of it because I'm like you lot, just drip thread what the media says. He's on it, he's not on it. There's this commission, that commission. But I'm not. Listen, if you want to sign. If not, it is what it is. Personally, I want a midfielder more anyways. I'm not going to sit here and cap. Of course, I would love a striker and whatnot, but let's get this midfielder in, people. You know, it's all the content I'm doing on YouTube is Vlahovic. I probably said his name more than his own mother, really and truly. You know, if a man wants to sign. He's messed, man. I think he's more technical than people give him credit for. Got a good left foot. Obviously, yesterday weren't the best of example, but typically can take pens. You know, maybe he is signing for Arsenal, as someone said online. He's bottling penalties and that. We haven't been that successful from the spot. Mad agent commissions, dodgy, even the chairman at Florentina. Shout out to Herrera because he scored yesterday. He had a very good game. Seems to be enjoying his football. Whatever in it, it seems to it just seems like there's a circus, and I'm not on it no more, man. Just bring me my midfielder and then do all this nonsense. Just get that Arthur Melo or whoever is linked, man. I personally think the next player Arsenal will be linked with is Pjanic. Personally, just get it done, man. You want a creative / attacking midfielder? Not really. I want that Santi Cazorla, that number 8, that progressive sort of guy, that deep line playmaker, if that makes sense. I don't think he was telling fans goodbye. I don't know. It could be, but I think it's reaching, man. I don't know if he's saying sorry for the atrocious pen. I don't know if it's a celebration. Allegedly, he was hugging teammates. Who knows? These sort of man, I don't know, man. He could very well have been saying hi, saying bye, but it's a tactical thing. Like, let's say bye, act like we're leaving. I don't know what these duns are on, man. We're gonna get some meaty midfielder before it ends. Probably, but at this moment in time, meaty is better than nothing. We got nothing right now. Like nothing. Like nothing's in the fridge. Like literally nothing's in the fridge. We're starving. There ain't even no processed cheese I could slap together. I ain't had that for years. Make a little toasty or something. It's dead. 20 million, bro. The agents are trying to jug, man. There's probably guys that are not even his real agent. They just know his brethren. They're like, it's a meal ticket. Like I can eat now. Bare middleman getting involved. As you'd expect. Maybe if Raul Sanllehi was here, we could, he'd be open to the brown envelopes and all these things. But it's crazy, man. Like, I'm tired of hearing about Vlahovic now, man. Like, I'm actually, bro. This Vlahovic thing is dead now. Like, it's just like Arsenal. We always do this, man. We always do this. We make it it's always some dragged out process. Like I said, just bring me a midfielder, man. That's all I want, man. Apparently, Juventus are moving closer to signing Dennis Zakaria, so maybe there's a knock-on effect. They did try to bring through a young G on loan, but it didn't bang. Apparently, Christian Eriksen is coming back to the Premier League, people, which again, obviously due to his heart problem, is very good, and he's going to link up with Thomas Frank at Brentford now. Obviously, that's good for Eriksen. We're getting Eriksen back, we're getting Coutinho back. Seems like everybody's back now and whatnot. We're getting all the Premier League dons again. So big up Christian Eriksen first and foremost. Again, life is the most important thing. Footballing career is only for a couple of years. He's going to be a father, uncle, a granddad, a husband, all these things until the man dies. So hope, great. First things first is it's nice to see he's able to live his life again to the point where he can consider returning to football. Bro, bring back Mesut. I don't know if Arteta will have something to say about that, but it is where it is. I'm going to speak about that at 11:30 in relation to Aubameyang. But DG, well gone for you, bro. How's your mental? How's life? I mean, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I appreciate you for asking. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, obviously, anxious about the future, regretful about the past. Frustrated because I'm not where I want to get to, and every day that I'm not there, I'm frustrated. But other than that, I'm good, my guy. I'm blessed to have you lot supporting me on YouTube and Twitch. And for me, I don't even like indirectly. I don't even think I can comprehend, especially during lockdown. Just from, I know obviously I can't hear no voices, but chatting to you lot, what it's done for me and what it's done for you lot. So I'm blessed, man. Like, I'm blessed in all aspects. I got my health. Loved ones got their health. I'm sitting there. Like, thank you for asking. I don't know how to really answer that question, man. I'm good, man. I hope everyone else is. And if you're not, you'll get back, man. DG, do you want commission if Arsenal sign a midfielder? Yeah, why not, bro? Even if they sign the shit ones, I can't lie. No, Vlahovic, if he ever signs for Arsenal after all the gas and everything, you can't flop. You can't flop. And the worst thing is there'll be no settling in period for Donny. There'll be no such thing as that. Man want to see 1 million goals from the first game for all the hype and all that, all these things. And he's only 21, really. But I think he would fit the system. He's not the quickest. Obviously, there's certain things in Italy you might not be able to do in England. But I think there's a lot of, I think there's a lot to like. I think he presses well. I think he's more technical than people give him credit for. You know, he tried the Panenka, it didn't bang. He nutmegged someone yesterday. You know, he typically is a good penalty taker. Left foot tax as well. Yeah, I like Vlahovic, man. But I've already spoken on that, man. I'm not speaking on this brother again, bro. Like, you can't even go back on. Can you go back on? Can you go back on Twitch? Well, it is where it is from minute one. Well, it wouldn't be technically minute one, but if you missed it, you missed it. I'm not speaking on the man there again. I got nothing to say about that. We're talking about ball now, man. You know, he can suck himself through a straw for all the nonsense he was doing in it and thoughts with the victim, but I'm not going over that again. Feel sorry for Aguero, man. Feel sorry, but what I would say is, you know, while you've been cost of, you know, it was quite sad because he spoke of Barca being a dream to play for and all of that jazz. While you've lost out on that, it's better that, you know, while you're 29, 30, where you're still young, football in terms, not that young, but you're still young. Then if you're 50, it's like, right now, at least you know, you've had a good career. You've lost what's left of your football career. God forbid, touch wood, he ain't lost his life. So it's better that you find out now than his peak. And obviously, as a footballer, it's better you find this thing out now where you're kind of healthy, you know, you're doing all the supplement things and you're carrying on. Then if you're 50 and the lifestyle habits change and different things happen. So, you know, health is wealth. It's like ERIKSEN. Obviously, it's completely different. But for me, it's genuinely better that these things happen. It could be worse. You could be 70 years of age, you go to sleep, you don't wake up, God forbid. You know, it's better that these things happen, innit? It's sad, but you can't put a price on life. We only got one to live. There's no do-overs in this thing. Like, it's not like a game. There's no restart. That's why, you know, I always say to you, look, I hope you're moving that much closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, and ambitions. Because for me, you know, God said it's your time to go. Now, I just want to go out saying I tried, man. Like, you know, I tried my best to install a legacy. I tried to uplift others. I tried to leave an impact that affects other people beyond my own. I tried to be non-selfish. You know, I tried to just get up every day and fight for what I want, innit? That's all I want to be able to say in it. And I think that's what we've got to kind of go in with. It's cliche, you know, when someone dies or something happens, we start saying all of that. But genuinely, man, because for me, the wickedest thing, I would say across the last 3 years, in my personal life, the people that I've had, like, obviously, people are better now, and unfortunately, people have lost their lives. But it's like the most healthiest of dons. Like, I know people that mad gym people, like eat all healthy things, gym all the time, sleep 8 hours, everything. And they're the ones that unfortunately, lost their lives. And, you know, they're the ones that struggled with COVID. Right? So it really puts things into perspective. What, like, if it's your time to go for a Mazza, you're going for a Mazza. So you really need to cherish things, man. You know, really need to cherish things, man. And it makes me look back. Like, I used to, obviously, I've just kind of spoke about mental health at the start. It made me think, like, now, it's because of you lot. It's because life is better. It's like, I was never scared of I'm not scared of death. It's a bit mad, innit? It's like, I'm going to be a bit dark. But if you ask my friends, like, I always think I'm going to die early, innit? Like, I don't think I'm living a long life, in my opinion, you know. And I've always, from a young age, I've made peace with death. I know I'm going to die. It's just how I die. It's who I leave behind and my problems, innit? Sort of thing. But it's like, it's almost like you got more to live. Like, I remember, like, a few years ago, like, if the lights turned off tomorrow, I didn't get it. Like, well, if someone said, let's go to Mars, I'm going Mars. If someone said, let's do this, we're doing this. Now, you're just more enriched with life. So I think shout out to you lot, man, for, like, doing that. Because it's like, you know, there's a lot to live for, man. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. For me, I don't know what's harder, signing the player like the contract or finding the player, because right now it seems like we didn't identify a midfielder. Now we're struggling with contracts. I don't know what we're on at Arsenal, man. I don't know what I'm on, man. I don't know what we're on, and it scares me. Sup, DG, I'm working on new discipline, so I went straight to the gym after work. Big up and hope you're blessed. Big up yourself. I hope you're doing well and safe. I would say I'm going gym today, but I'm still feeling the effects of yesterday, man. Like, my shoulders, that little shoulder shuffle, that just killed. I ain't doing that too much, but my pain of today is going to be my strength of tomorrow. No pain, no gain, and it's a good feeling. Shout out to you for that, man. Make sure you continue it, though, car. Not you, but in general, you know, we're all optimistic in January. Man, go back to their bad habits in February. The hardest thing is to install new habits and discipline, man. DG, would you go for a winger this month or wait until the summer? If it's available, man, you know, but for me, with the wings now, with Martinelli's, I want to say emergence because Arteta's finally started playing him. You know, Smith Rowe can do a job out there. I think Pepe is contracted until 2024. There's a decision to make, but he's on paper, he's right there for the squad. Bukayo Saka is Bukayo Saka. If there's an opportunity to bring in someone with potential to be better than what we have, like a super young G out there, or somebody that is better right now than what we have, naturally I'm on that. Like, I wouldn't say I'm actively looking for a centre half. If we could find someone that's better than Holding and can be used for depth purposes, fair play. But I wouldn't say I'm actively looking for someone. But if a centre half, I don't know, if Van Dijk, if someone exactly as good as Van Dijk became available just in this makeshift world, then let's do it. That's what I mean by a super player. Or respectfully to Tomiyasu, if Trent Alexander-Arnold became available and he was on signing for Arsenal, then you do it. That's how I feel about the wings. I am open to signing a wing because we're not going to get Mo Salah. But you look at Liverpool, you know, if we can't sign a striker, can we get some guys that, you know, can we make Saka become our little Mane and find our own Mo Salah where they're carrying them strong numbers anyways, to the point where, you know, Lacazette hasn't typically scored them goals, where maybe we could do the Firmino thing where he can get a bit of a blight. I am open to, ideally, I want a bad boy striker and sick wingers so everybody's scoring and moving mad. But I am open to that reality. But I would say where the wings are concerned, it would be like Arsenal to bring in a winger when you need a midfielder and a forward and whatnot. But centre mid first, man. Centre mid first. You know, that's like buying, you know, if you're going to buy a new PlayStation game, you need to make sure you got electricity in your house. You need to make sure you've got, you know, there's a socket to plug the thing into. You know, that's the midfield. It's dead, really and truly. I think we need to, I think that's what I feel we need, man. I feel let's focus on midfield first, things first, man. Like, once Arsenal can bring in a midfielder, because again, like, so winger's not going to help, but like, we'll probably get a winger and we'll still cancel the games, man. DG, where do I send the link for you? What do you mean? Slap it in the comments. It's Twitch gang, baby. But yeah, man, it is what it is. You know, I wish if Arsenal can bring in a bad boy winger, if you could do the Anthony thing or something like that, bring in a Brazilian again, why not? But centre mid striker, man. And arguably, before we start looking at wingers, once again, super player becomes available. Arsenal do your thing, but you could arguably, or I would arguably say, what? Evidently, we know we need a mid. A blind man could see Arsenal centre mid striker. Equal importance. For me, midfield is more important because Vlahovic can be as great as he is. If the opposition beat that press where the striker is, it's a myth. Vlahovic can't get the ball if the midfielder are not on it. And I just feel Martinelli, Saka, Pepe, this, you know, the hypothetical winger you said, Vlahovic is at these Jonathan David, these hypothetical strikers. I think they would benefit a lot more. Odegaard as well, if we pattern that pivot in midfield. Because obviously people have to drop deep, but I think our team have to drop way too deep, you know, way too deep. You know, we've only see how beneficial it is now that Saka isn't having to get the ball on the halfway line. Greenwood at United is. Look how much that's crippling his ability to show what he's really on. You know, imagine what happens. It's no coincidence. You look at our goals and whatnot. It's because our players are closer to the opposition's net. That's what we need, and I think we need that midfielder. You know. You can't get away with a shoddy midfield in today's day and age. Yeah, strikers win you games, defense wins you titles, but the sandwiched in between is the midfield. And too often than not, even when we've done well, respectfully, you know, we look at the midfield, could they have done better? Or Partey might have bust it. Xhaka looked shaky, or Xhaka's holding Partey's hand. That needs to be addressed, really. And I would argue away from that, before bringing in this super winger, if it became available, do your thing. Leno's not going to want to sit on the bench forever. He's been a good sport. If I was Leno, I'm trying to push to leave now. Not going to happen, is it? So you've got, you know, you need a backup goalie. You know, it's very difficult to buy a 30 backup goalie. And I can't lie, man. I'd rather us just find a steady Eddie. I can't take the Ospinas, the eccentric Dons. Please don't find none of that. And last time we brought in a backup keeper, and what happened to them? They got shipped out as quick as they came in Renaissance. So I don't know for them ones, but I'd argue you need a backup goalie. You potentially need a backup right back if a mad thing happens to Tomiyasu before we talk about them things there, if that makes sense. So yeah, man, if a winger becomes available, if you could do it, then why not? But centre mid. It's a ticking time bomb. It's hit and miss, man. You know, Xhaka and Partey's gonna bad up United, bad up City, bad up Spurs, give you them performances. Xhaka, there's times where no one wants him in the team, then we sit there and say, oh, that's why he's in the team, you know, we need him and this and that. Then just when it's working all right, he reminds you what he's on, like he's a ticking time bomb. The midfield is is the thing, you know. Big up Lokonga. I believe in Lokonga, but clearly, you know, right now he needs to be a rotation man and learn the tricks and trades of playing football in England as well as midfield, because you've seen the mistakes he's made now. Naturally, a young tug is going to make them mistakes there, but you know, there's no one to really hold his hand, really, you know. Again, respectfully, bro, we had to line up with Lokonga and Patino away from home against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. Them and they were set up to fail from the jump, really. And I don't have sympathy. I have sympathy for COVID. I got sympathy for them things. I ain't got sympathy for if we as Arsenal are crying about a lack of players available, because we knew in August what these things were happening. Past halfway through Jan, and the most exciting transfer has been Wood. Yo, dog, pause, man. I don't know about them thing there, but boy, it probably has, you know. It probably has. Now, to be fair, Vlahovic has been quite exciting. You know, it's going to end mad. I see someone tweet, this reminds me of the Our business. And I was like, yeah, it does, you know. But as an Arsenal fan, I love to dream in it. The dream is free, the hustle sold separately. You know, for me, I just dream about these transfers, and then if a man signs and he's holding up the shirt, I know a snud isn't a shirt, but if he's holding up the shirt, and then cool, he's there in it. But yeah, man, is what it is. And I had hope because we're quite a mad club in it. We seem to be doing mad things in the last couple of January windows, tearing up contracts, bringing a Bamian here, and all of these things. I thought, you know what, we might do it. You know, for me, Edu, I can't lie, I'm looking at you very funny if you don't do something in the market come the end of the window. But as you lot know, a day is a long time, and we work realistically. I told you lot this, you know, you're going to see more. I can't say this for sure, but you're going to see more ramped up efforts in the last 2 weeks. It looks like, I don't know, it's like Arsenal are trying to clear ranks sort of thing. It's like you've seen, you know, unbelievable shithousery. You know, we've let my man go on loan, Marie, just when we're claiming we ain't got players. So surely something's happening there. Even that's a bit of a risk, because God forbid, what happens if there's a centre-half crisis? We've seen at a point this season when we've seen no midfielders available, we've seen no strikers available, you know, we've seen no right-backs available, you know, at different points. And I think that's what fans don't understand. That's why I get most annoyed when I see fans, they've done it at periods. Oh, we don't need a midfielder because we got this. We don't need a centre-back because this. Don't sign Odegaard. We got Smith Rowe. Where there's times where people are missing out, loss of form, etc. If Arsenal fans looked at everything from August until this point, the injuries, the suspensions, the COVID at the start of the campaign, you realise this is a squad game. Even with playing really one game a week, you've seen this testing physically. And you've heard Arteta say that. Football's a squad game, and especially if we're going to return to Europe and these things, fans need to understand that, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, people. Away from that, though, I've got some tabs open, so we might as well look at them. What's this? I think this tab is just open for no reason. As I said, people, if you don't know, Burnley versus Watford has been postponed with the Claret squad struck down by COVID and injuries. Now, obviously, we'll speak about 11:30, but there's rumours Arsenal versus Liverpool might be called off. Now, naturally, we've got Burnley at the weekend. Now, if Arsenal got their own problems, Burnley got their own problems, they've only got 10 players fit. I don't know. 10 players fit and in training. I don't know if we're going to play on Sunday, personally. Pardon me. And apparently Saturday's match. So, yeah, Burnley's midweek game today's been cancelled. Their game against Leicester was cancelled due to a number of COVID stuff. And apparently the Burnley squad is slightly worse off for Tuesday's Watford match with just 10 first-team players in training. I don't think we're playing on... I don't think Arsenal are going to be playing on thingy. On Sunday, in my opinion. But yeah, Burnley's Premier League match against Watford on Tuesday has been postponed due to COVID cases and injuries in their squad. Sean Dyche, the Burnley manager, said on Monday that they were down to 10 first-team players in training and slightly worse off than before Saturday's match against Leicester. The Clarets released a statement on Monday confirming that this game is off, and that was a 6-pointer between them and Watford. Burnley Football Club can confirm that the application has been approved by the Premier League to postpone Tuesday night's game against Watford. Gary Neville, have you tweeted anything? Oh, it doesn't suit the narrative, does it, you twat? The Premier League board accepted Burnley's application, with the club having fewer than the required number of players available for the match, 13 outfield players and 1 goalkeeper, due to COVID-19 cases, injuries, and the representation at the Africa Cup of Nations. Respectfully, who's there? Who's there from the Burnley squad? Who's at AFCON? Because them man there don't look like... where's Corney? Corney might be there, but I swear he's injured. Nah, I need to take that, bro. That was the gas going to VAR. I need to see this Burnley squad. Now, you know, this is a bit fishy still. I'll hold my hands up, but the man there ain't got too many African players. I respect it from Burnley, Sean Dyche, and that trying to pattern, but that one there is looking a bit funny, people. I need to see the Burnley squad. I don't trust that one. You see it from them, man can say AFCON, anything, son. Let's see, people. Let's go on transfer mark. No. How could a man say AFCON? How could they use AFCON? The Premier League didn't even check. No, we need to take this to VAR, people. Burnley. Swear down. Nick Pope must play for Nigeria. Hennessy must be over there for Gabon. I think I see Nathan Collins play for Comoros. Bro, trust. I'm seeing bare African, man. Nick Pope, Hennessy, Norris, Tarkowski, Collins, me, Kevin Long, Charlie Taylor, Eric Peters, Connor Roberts, Matthew Lowton, Phil Barsley, Ashley Westwood, Jack Cork, Josh Brownhill, Dale Stevens, Dwight McNeil, Aaron Lennon, Goodmunson Trust. What you saying? You from Sierra Leone and that? I hear it. Cornet, he might be at AFCON, but he might be injured same way. Ashley Barnes, Vidra, Rodriguez. Swear down. Where's these African players? Someone tell me where these African players for Burnley are. From they can do that. Myth. Someone rise up the Burnley AFCON players. Man said the representation at the Africa Cup of Nations. Who? Apart from Kune, one man. It's a one-man rave. This follows Burnley's home match against Leicester on Saturday being called off. You know, this fixture pile-up's going to be peak. This is the 5th time this season that COVID has seen one of Burnley games pushed back, and just the second request that has come from Burnley. They had a match against Tottenham postponed due to heavy snow. This follows Arsenal's, obviously, game against Tottenham being postponed. Big up Spurs. They won a trophy, you know, the Puskas Award. It was a great goal by Lamena. I have to be shameless. He lost the game, but, you know, Spurs are celebrating Jose Mourinho dissing Arsenal in interviews and back-to-back Puskases, you know. Respectfully shout out to him, you know. Again, when you play for Spurs, you probably have to think about your personal cabinet and accolades. It's a bit mad, you know. Harry Kane's got golden boot and all these things, but there's nothing with Spurs. Bro, Sean Dyche masterclass, bro. That man there just bought some jollof rice and said, look, we got African players there, man. That's a myth. Like, from Burnley can run that one. Arsenal, this is what we're saying. And I don't give a fuck what Burnley. I don't want to hear what. I'm not going to repeat what Gary Nev said. And Jamie Carragher's annoying me. Young players should be given a chance. You bloody well think, you know, if you think if Liverpool are fighting for the league title or City, they're gonna play all them kids. Yeah, I would rather all the kids play Arsenal's kids, everybody's kids. But we've got to remember the league wants to be competitive. You're not gonna stay in the league playing the young G's. You're not gonna get top 4 playing all these young G's. Obviously, some can take part. And you know, one point I didn't agree with, and this is one thing that annoys me a lot. You look at Carragher, no other league in Europe is doing this. Certainly not those in the big leagues. Bayern Munich played a 16-year-old in their last game, and that tells you exactly where they are. Why can't we do that? Why can't the young players be given an opportunity in these circumstances? Arsenal have given opportunities. Leeds have presented opportunities. But you think if Bayern Munich weren't in the Premier League, they're going to do that? When you're playing these nobodies and you're beating up everyone and you're taking their best players, of course you can play a 16-year-old. The title's probably wrapped up by Christmas. Come on now. You know, we could probably manage Bayern Munich and win, you know, if we don't reinvent the wheel. 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. Let's just go out there, bully, man. What are these talking about? Shout out to Bayern Munich for that. It's dead, though. And that's one thing I don't like, man. Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville, their energy is different. Where's the energy for Burnley? And I don't want Burnley to get slagged off and all them things there, but rules are rules. Like, if you give one man energy, give the same rules, give the same energy, but you know, them lot were pressured by their fat cats over there at Sky Sports, people. Apparently, people, Lewandowski has landed FIFA's Best Men's Award as Alexia Putellas wins the Best Woman Award. Apparently, as I said, Lewandowski was named Best Footballer for men. Alicia was named it for women. Thomas Tuchel and Emma Hayes won Coaches of the Year. It's nice to see Mendy, you know, he was named top goalkeeper. And apparently Ronaldo and Christine Sinclair, have won FIFA special awards. Well, I'd be damned if I look at any of these people. But yeah, shout out to them for that. Obviously, Lamena won the Puskas Award as well for his goal. Let's not cap. It was a very good goal against Arsenal, but in Spurs fashion, Spursy, they lost. And apparently, Thomas Tuchel said he's keen to stay at Chelsea until his contract runs out in 2024, but he's wary of the history at Stamford Bridge. He said, I think I have a contract until 2024. Let's stay with this and try to stay as long as this contract stays. History tells us it's not that easy, but I feel very confident today that I can make it. I don't want to be anywhere else. This is absolutely sure. I feel happy. Let's see what happens. But everyone knows you need results, and I'm responsible for creating that. He was also blasé on Borgia as well, if I was honest. He was basically saying Borgia's only done it for half a season and whatnot. It don't seem like he's keen on using him and things like that, in my opinion. Spare a thought for Derby people. They could be in liquidation in just 2 weeks. You know, Derby can't catch a break, man. I don't know who sold their soul to the devil at Derby, but they can't catch a break. I heard Mike Ashley wants to buy them, and that Brazy, them and they can really not get a break, people. It's quite mad, really, when you deep it, but better them than me, man. I can't say, you know, I've got anything else. He needs the clip. He knows the clip is long. Ronaldo about to brag about that award after we finished 7th. That FIFA awards was seen. How you the best female player, not even in the best 11. I mean, how many times have we seen that in the men's game as well, man? It don't make sense. This is why I don't watch these awards, man. We give the awards. The streets give the awards because, you know, it's just. I'm not saying with this because I don't really know this, but it's just voting for their brethren and moving mad. To be fair, there was a team XI in it. Really, we should see the team 11. Really, FIFA award world 11 because that was voted by the thingies. And I saw something that Mo Salah, I think it was yesterday. I don't know if it was real, but on the FIFA stats, it said Mo Salah in 45 games has 38 dribbles. Now, what do they quantify as dribbles? I don't know if I believe that one, but that was booky. Apparently, Ronaldo, De Bruyne, Diaz were all included in FIFA World 11. Why Ronaldo? Respectfully. Donnarumma had a great Euro, so he deserves it, but I'm not sure ahead of Mendy. And I think there needs to be separate awards for defenders. If I'm honest with you, defenders don't get respected. What is the 11, people? The 11 for the men is Donnarumma, Alaba, Diaz, Bonucci, Jorginho, Kante, De Bruyne. I'm sorry, big up De Bruyne, but what's he done in the last year to be ahead of people? Even though they've been doing this thing. Cristiano Ronaldo, Haaland, Lewandowski, and Lionel Messi. Boy, there's some suspect names there. For the women, shout out to Medina over there, you know, the Arsenal team. Come on. Alex Morgan, Marta's a baller. Barbara Bonocera, Carly Lloyd, Banini, ERIKSEN, Edler, Lucy Bronze, Millie Bright, and Wendy Renard. So shout out to the women's and men's 11 getting named. Shout out to them doing their thing. But it's what it is in that regards, folks. What else are we saying? Swear that team is lined up like a 3-3-4. I don't know what's going for us, man. It's just a name brand thing. The fans voted, bro. Fans are bugging. But then again, is it really? Because there's probably a list of names and you vote for them lists, but is what it is, man. I don't really like the award shows, man. I mean, ever since Henri couldn't win Ballon d'Or, it's a myth, man. It's just voting for your brethren. And, you know, according to you, if I like a player, you're going to be like, but he's won this and that. If I don't like him, but he's done, it doesn't matter and things. So it becomes subjective, man. And it's just people voting for their brethren, man. Should we look at some transfer news? Allegedly, Martial wants to leave Manchester United, but does not want to go on loan to another English club. He has Juventus, Sevilla, and Barcelona, all alleged options. But United are probably going to have to drop the rate, allegedly, because it seems like they're pricing him out of a loan move. Newcastle have offered a fee of over 30 million euros, which works out at 25.1 million for Colombian Atalanta striker Zapata. That could be a good signing. Apparently, Adama Traore could get the green light to leave the club in the next 24 hours. He's been linked with Spurs and Barcelona, people. David Beckham wants to sign Luis Suarez for his team, people. I mean, apparently Arthur Melo's deal was as slowed down. Chelsea have been given a free run at Monaco's French midfielder Tchouameni. Diego Costa could go to Corinthians. Man United are also leading Juventus and Inter Milan in the race to sign 26-year-old Serbian midfielder Milinkovic-Savic. We've heard that for time. Allegedly, Eden Hazard wants to leave Real Madrid, but is not interested in joining Newcastle, who have made a 41.3 million bid for the 31-year-old. I mean, didn't Peter Cech say the other day that Hazard isn't fit enough to return to Chelsea? And it makes sense. Apparently, there's rumours he needs an operation. He's barely played. And to be signing man in January, once you get past the euphoria of Eden Hazard and what he does, what's his physical conditioning and the finances, whether you buy him back or get him on loan, even if it's at a discounted rate, it's still brazy. PSG have offered Chelsea the chance to sign Kurzawa, who obviously Tuchel's worked with. Barcelona have presented a 48-hour ultimatum to the 24-year-old winger Ousmane Dembele. Either tell us what you're doing and play games, or you're going to get frozen out. And like we said yesterday, allegedly, where is it gone? Hugo Lloris is close to renewing a deal at Spurs. I mean, you're a good midfielder. Why are you doing that? I mean, a good keeper. What are you doing there? Speaking of good midfielders, we've been linked with Telemans again. That's where my attention went. But listen, until people hold shirts at Arsenal, it's a myth. Looking at some other transfer news, apparently Real Madrid have joined Barca and Man United in the race to sign Marseille midfielder and / defender, really, Babacar Camara, who's decent. Apparently, Van der Beek was never wanted at Real Madrid. Well, that's just coming from ESPN. PSV have made an offer for Liverpool's Nat Phillips. Apparently, Belgium won't green light Martinez's Everton return. Apparently, he wants to take Thierry Henry with him as well, people. Inter Milan are monitoring the situation of Dybala. As you know, the 28-year-old contract runs out at the end of the season, and it seems like Juventus have had a change of heart, which is booky. Barca are still determined to sign a striker for the end of the window. Aye, we've got Aubameyang, who's a Spanish speaker there. Let's do this, man. That seems to be it, really. Aye, Mangala, the former Man City Donny. Apparently, he's joining Saint Etienne. So yeah, in relation to transfer news, it's a dry day, as I said, man. It's crusty, people. It's proper crusty in terms of transfer dealings, and that seems to be it, really. Obviously, I've withheld the Arsenal stuff because we're going to be speaking Arsenal at 11:30. Make sure you're all there, folks. Newcastle, like that one guy in the hoodie's finally got peas now, splashing it. Respectfully, yeah, man. I'll take him back. I'll take Hazard, but the physical conditioning, I think he'll be good, but it won't be. It's a bit like Ronaldo, and it's not the same. Obviously, the conditioning is different, but it's not the same Eden Hazard. Hazard's one of them players like Coutinho, like Eriksen. You give a man love, you start seeing things, and I'm sure he would relish the dream to go back to Chelsea. I feel sorry for Hazard. A lot of people get at him for making that move, bro. That was man's dream. And to be fair to you, as much as I don't want to praise Chelsea, you know, respectfully, there's only a couple of clubs that, you know, Chelsea have won the Champions League. Like, there's only a couple of clubs that I would say make sense, unless you're looking after peas. I don't think, regardless of where Barca and Madrid are, I don't think any player can be begrudged for joining them. You know, I can't lie. Again, I don't want to praise the ops, but I'd say United as well. Like, historically, in my 26 years, you know, I've just grown up with the belief that, you know, if Real Madrid, I wouldn't say Bayern Munich for me, but Real Madrid, Bayern Munich to a degree, Man United, Barcelona, you know, I know the Italian boys are not doing well, but there's certain clubs, if they come calling, you got to try. I mean, you know, you can live your life saying I turned down Madrid and that, but there's that what's if. I always feel sorry. And at the end of the day, man, it's not that deep. You know, wow, you had a bad time at a football club. When you deep it, really, all right, cool. Football's the most important thing in my life, but it's not that important. Like, at the end of the day, I moved to a club that it didn't work out at a club. Sign for a new one. You ain't died, you ain't killed no one. It just ain't worked out. I'm not gonna lie, it was always bait that was never gonna work out for Eden Hazard, because Hazard's not a killer in terms of his mentality. You know, Hazard, when you look at his growing up, you know, football's been enjoyment. It hasn't been like the Salah thing, the Mane thing. Like, it's come out of poverty. This is a vehicle, you know. Respectfully, Hazard, you know, it's just always been love. He's come from a good home, a good family, and that's how he plays. But I think that's why he's never really pushed himself and become that quality. He's never really, you know, he's shown it at times, but he's never really gone to that higher level, because I don't think it's within him. He ain't got that hunger per se. He lacks enjoyment, and I think at Chelsea you can get that. At Real Madrid, this is why I always say, you know, even the most players in their prime forget these moves. It was never going to work out at Madrid, because the pressure is different, the scrutiny is different. The stuff that Chelsea fans might praise you for, Madrid don't care about none of that, really. You know, look how they treated Bale. Man scored in the Champions League final, running man out. Like, it was never going to work out for him. And I feel sorry for him, really. Barca more likely to get Eddie with the money they've got. Aye, bring that Eddie and Nketiah, man, because for me, I genuinely believe Eddie's just trying to run down that contract, and then he's just going to keep it moving, really. And then can't blame him. There's a better sell-on clause and all of that sort of stuff, but it's dead, like, really and truly. But on that note, though, people, I'm conscious of time, so I'm going to get out of here just to set up for the next stream. Again, we're going to speak Vlahovic. We're going to speak a lot of Arsenal tosh, unfortunately. I'm back on Twitch at 6:45. We're going to be watching AFCON. Make sure you're all here for that one. I think we'll be back tomorrow with Football Manager content, people. It just feels like we're cut for time. So, yeah, man, on that note, you lot stay blessed, stay safe. Unfortunately, at the start, we had to speak about certain individuals behaving mad, but fortunately, we've got back to football. So, you lot stay blessed, stay safe, enjoy what's left of your day. I'll buck you lot at 11:30 for those of you that are rolling through. Stay safe, stay blessed, man.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like